We've got the great Paul Murray with us now. He's in Broadbeach on the Gold Coast, so we'll go back to the Gold Coast. Paul, so what were things like where you are? What were they like last night and now this morning?
Yeah, good morning, Pete. G'day to everyone who's watching. The good news out of the Gold Coast this morning is that while the winds are consistent, the rain seems to have passed. The good news as well is that in terms of the visible damage right next to the coast, it's not a lot to do with buildings. Instead, it's to do with the shoreline. The council's been really clear that, yes, while things start to calm down, now's not the time to go and do the selfies and all the rest of it. Why? Because literally the viewing platforms are built on sand. Literally, the coastline is something that still remains quite unstable. Not good news here on the Gold Coast this morning is that there is a huge amount of people, like way more than football stadiums of people, who are without power. If I can just go through that with you for a second, mate. I'll tell you that on the Gold Coast City right now, 121,688 homes, no power this morning. In Brisbane, 37,986, no power. In Logan City, which is obviously between the Gold Coast and central Brisbane, 34,777. In terms of Redland City, again, once you sort of Redcliffe to the north of Brisbane, or the northern bit of Brisbane, 45,000. So the story is changing in terms of what is the most urgent thing. The good news for the Gold Coast is that as relentless as the wind was, and the wind has been relentless, in fact, just give you a sample of it now. Those winds have been as high as 100 kilometres. They've come down to 50, they'll go back up to 75. I mean, surprise, surprise, it's windy still. But people who are sort of old-timers thinking, all right, I'll go and push it, I'll go for a walk, or young people wanting to go and get a photo, great, but I really would advise against it, not because it's going to be an immediate danger to your life, but also we don't know, and we're not going to get much of a picture. Obviously, I'll try and bring it to yourself and Laura and the team throughout the day about what happens a little bit further back once you start to move through the canal suburbs, once you go up into the scenic rim, and obviously if you start to move towards Runaway Bay. So again, good news out of the Gold Coast. Rough night, weird night. I've had many a wild Friday night on the Gold Coast, but nothing like that. But there are plenty of people who've got no power, and it's an awful lot of people in a city of about 600,000, mate.
No, and there's still trees on cars. There's still trees down, and people are going to have to deal with that. Appreciate that, Paul. Thank you so much for the update.